Coming up on America's Hope, we focus on Oklahoma and how it's changing its educational system by introducing the Bible curriculum and a whole lot more. And then we'll focus on the pro-life, pro-choice debate along the campaign trail. America's Hope starts now.
This is America's Hope from our global headquarters in New York City. Here's Kelly Wright.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kelly Wright, and welcome to a brand new edition of America's Hope. I'm glad you could stop by and listen wherever you are. I do sincerely hope that you're safe and well, taking care of yourself and your family because you matter. And when it comes to education, well, to parents, their children's education matters most. It ranks up there as one of the top priorities that parents have for their children. So we're going to focus on the improvement of education in the state of Oklahoma. We'll be talking to Ryan Walters. He's the Superintendent of Public Instruction for the state of Oklahoma, and he'll discuss why he's instituted Bible curriculum and a whole lot more to set things right in that state. And then later on, we'll hear from Dr. Jameson Taylor as he'll discuss the pro-life, pro-choice abortion issue along the campaign trail. And with just 2 weeks away from the election, many people are still focused on reproductive health rights for women. We'll discuss that and also fatherlessness in America. Let's get started. Welcome back to America's Hope. I'm here at Pray Vote Stand in Washington, D.C., where people from all over the nation have come together to understand how to and why they should pray for America, and then to also discuss voting in America and the power of voting and the reason why people should vote, and then also importantly is standing on your principles and standing on your faith and your values and standing for America. So someone joining us right now is Ryan Walters, and he is the State Superintendent of Public Education. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
In the great state of Oklahoma.
Well, appreciate you having me.
Well, Ryan, it really is good to have you on. You've been making a lot of news in Oklahoma, not just you in particular, but the fact that over the state school system, the public school system, you have made some or helped lead to some changes in public instruction. Talk to us about it.
You know, I was elected 2 years ago. The parents and grandparents of the state were crystal clear with me. They wanted us to get out of the bottom of education, and they wanted to turn around an education system that had been hijacked by the teachers union, by social justice warriors. And let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to common sense in education. So we enacted universal school choice. So now parents can choose whatever school they want, whether it's a Christian school, charter school, homeschool, public school. Then we also drove out all the left-wing ideology. And now we're getting back to the basics by bringing the Bible back to schools. We've got PragerU in our schools now. And so we're really excited about not only blocking the left-wing agenda, but also playing offense and getting back on track.
And in getting on track, what's happened as a result of that in the classroom?
Let me give you a statistic here. So one of the things we saw as a state that was so low performing in education, I said we've got to tackle these bottom 5% of schools. We've got to get them moving in the right direction, including some of the biggest in the state. So we had 119 schools. We had 160 schools on an F list, so they're the bottom 5%. I had a goal of I want to get as many of these schools off the F list in my first year as possible. Oklahoma had never had more than 40 jump off that list in a single year. Never more than 40. In my first year, we had 119 come off of that F list.
Wow.
And we did it through the free market approach. We did merit pay for teachers. And these F schools, we said, hey, if you do a great job, we'll pay you a lot more. We did tutoring, and we paid the tutors based on the performance of the child. So if you come in and tutor a kid that's 2 grade levels behind and you catch them up, we pay you a lot more. And then lastly, we drove all of that nonsense out of the classroom. We said we're not going to talk about genderqueer and flamer in the classroom. We're going to make sure that you learn to read and you're reading things that have academic value. And so we are so excited about the progress that we're making.
Back to the fundamentals, getting academic value, changing the system from within, from the very people who are teaching and leading, and then the students themselves, how are they responding?
You know, and that's what's so incredible. I'm a former teacher, you know, and when you have high expectations on kids and you really push them and say, I want the best out of you, kids respond to those things.
Yeah.
And so now that we've got, the teachers unions, they fought me on everything. They said, you can't do merit pay. I go, why not? Every other industry does. You can't pay tutors differently if they do. Why not? You can't do all these new innovative things. School choice will ruin our school system. Every step of the way, they've been wrong. We believed in kids. We went all in on kids, and so we believe our kids can do better. And when you start with that approach, when you use the free market, when you really work to try to give every kid the inspiration and the tools necessary to be successful in life, they respond to it.
So kids are not only responding academically, and the reason I want to talk about that, because a lot of times, even in Oklahoma, you have sports.
Right.
So kids are already kind of psyched out about doing sports, and that's
Right.
for that spirit.
Sure.
We want to be the best school in sports. We want to be the best in basketball, baseball, football. We want to be the best. Now you're challenging them to be the best, not only in sports, but more importantly, academically.
So I think you just made such a great point. I was also a coach in my former life, and that's one of the things I said. I go, so how is it that we can be so competitive and push to be the best? I coach basketball. Over here on the